Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. See right here, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes leaving from HBK's office from last week. What does Carmelo Hayes have in store coming up? What's going on? So we'll talk about that coming up. Back on track right now. Pro Wrestling Show. Coming up, Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton defends on the championship again. The Tiffany Kane. Tiffany Kane going to defend to Tiffany Stratton's goal. Tiffany Kane, he's wrong. Tiffany Stratton, who's been on the road as NXT Women's Champion. Also, too, speaking of championship implications, who's next in line to challenge Dominic Mysterio for his coveted North American Championship? We'll find out as Mustafa Ali takes on Dragon Lee in a match. All this and more on the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, NXT Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Tim Dixon. Glad you joined here on the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We got a lot to get to coming up. So, let's not waste no time whatsoever here on the NXT Ring Report. We can find what we were looking for. All right. We're going to kick things off right now with this. Tiffany Stratton putting her belt on the line against Katana James. I meant to say. Katana James and Tiffany Stratton had a women's championship match. I mean, everybody kind of knew that Katana James wasn't going to have no chance against Tiffany Stratton. Come on. Tiffany Stratton coming off the roll of a lifetime as NXT Women's Champion. She's been on a roll as late, defending her championship. Well, we thought that was the end of that, but I guess things came to be a little bit different than it was tonight. Tiffany Stratton defended her championship and she won. She defended and won her championship in her championship defense. Well, Tiffany has been trying to nitpick and trying to start something, and she started something with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch came to return the favor. The man, Becky Lynch, after Tiffany said some disparaging remarks to Becky about her not winning the NXT, the women's title. Well, Becky Lynch made a statement coming on the Titantron to call out Tiffany Stratton. We can throw that right quick. Our technology is a little bit slow tonight. The Wi-Fi So brace with us, folks. What's going on? There we go. Becky Lynch came out there and condemned Tiffany Stratton for calling her out and told Tiffany Stratton that she won a match against her next week. Tiffany Stratton um, accepted the match. Tiffany Stratton looks like she's going to take the match on. So we're going to have a one-on-one match next week on NXT. Becky Lynch comes down to NXT to challenge Tiffany Stratton for her coveted women's championship. Becky Lynch want to be a Grand Slam winner, just like Finn Balor and the rest of them. Becky Lynch getting an opportunity. She'll take on Tiffany Stratton next week for the coveted NXT Women's Championship. But we'll get to see that, the main event next week for the NXT Championship women's title. Tiffany Stratton defends against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, multi-time champion, women's champion. Opportunity for the NXT Women's title. We'll see if Becky Lynch can do it. We'll see coming up next week. So, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing that match. This match is going to be real important. You know they're going to be promoting throughout Raw and SmackDown. But we'll see it next week. Speaking of that, speaking of another match, Internet Dragunov was in action. Internet Dragunov was in action. Internet Dragunov was in action. I think he defeated someone. But the question came to this. We was wondering from last week that Carmelo Hayes was in Shawn Michaels' office. Carmelo Hayes wanted to know. We didn't know what he was doing in Shawn Michaels' office. Man, you probably saw that thumbnail. What was going on with Carmelo? Carmelo going to HBK's office for something. I guess this was the match that Carmelo wanted. Carmelo put the challenge out there for Wesley and Ilya Dragunov, them to have a match against him. One of them. Yeah, I would like to see a triple threat match, to be honest. But we'll see Wesley versus Ilya Dragunov next week on NXT. Winner will meet Carmelo Hayes for the championship at No Mercy. So we getting by scores being settled. Those scores being settled. I think it's gonna be a lead to a triple threat match because you know how that go. So well, Tyler Bate was in action. Tyler Bate in that Heritage Cup challenge. Look for Tyler Bate to probably win that Heritage Cup challenge and ease his way into victory to go against Noam Dar. Picking Tyler Bate at all. So we'll see. Speaking of that, number one contenders match for the North American Championship. Which one of these two men, Dragon Lee or Mustafa Ali, will face Dominic Mysterio? But the interesting ingredient caveat is that Dominic is the special guest referee. Dominic Mysterio had to see for himself and call it right down the middle. Could Dominic Mysterio do so? He did. Dominic raised the hand of Mustafa Ali. Look, Dominic don't want to go against Dragon Lee whatsoever. Dominic key for Dragon Lee, calling Dragon Lee to lose. Dragon Lee didn't like that. Mustafa Ali didn't like that. So Dominic Mysterio trying to play pick favorites. So I guess it's going to hurt him rather than help him down the road. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But this is the card for right now. This is an interesting card right here. So we know going forward. So no, we see the Group A standings. Charlie Dempsey lost. Butch won. We got Butch was in it. Exxon, Draw, Tyler Bate won. So everyone's winning. So we'll have to wait and see who's winning later on. Well, it was an encounter. We saw this encounter right here that Dominic Mysterio encountered NXT champion Carmelo Hayes. These two men encounter each other, and will we see a future rival, future feud for the NXT title or the North American title? Only time will tell. Dominic is like he's the type of weasel that want to weasel his way into the NXT title and win that. So you know how they go. Well, we found out that Los Lotharios, the Alberto Carrillo and Angel Garza cousins return, and they look like they had their sights set on the NXT Tag Team titles from got Tony Stacks, and everyone else. It's interesting to see how that's going to play out, but we'll see. Uh, they want those titles and fight for their family, but you know how that's going to be. Well, we know next week it's going to be a barn burner next week. Next week, we found out what we're going to do a recap right now. Wesley versus Irna Dragunov. Winner faces Carmelo Hayes for the championship at No Mercy. Speaking of another match, the group Global Invitational Heritage Invitational. Tyler Bate takes on Axmon. It's a round robin style. Nathan Fraser versus Tiro Desai. That's next week. That continues. And we know next week the NXT Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch will be returning back to NXT in damn near 4 years. Becky Lynch returns to NXT to set the challenge Tiffany Stratton for her coveted NXT Women's Championship. We get to see that next week. And how that's going to go. Well, and also too, honorable mention, Stia Hill look like she's got to turn heel and join and align herself with JCJ. That's the question that everyone wants to know. Illa Hill being more evil and vicious than ever before, ever since losing her opportunity for the NXT title and blaming what's her name, Chase University for her loss. So hey, only time will tell on that. Plus, like we said, highlights we saw here. We saw that Tiffany Stratton said that she's looking forward to her match against Becky, and she wants to shut Becky Lynch up and call Becky Lynch, and you know what, Bitch. She wants to do so. So the Becky Lynch like to call her a Barbie doll. She gets opportunity to shut that Barbie doll up next week. So we're looking forward to seeing that happening next week. Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship. What a match that's going to be next week. All right, we talk about this. The main event. The main event of the evening was Von Wagner. Von Wagner going against Von Wagner, setting his sights on Braun Breaker. That's what Braun Breaker did to him a couple of weeks ago. Von Wagner wanted to get vicious, and he did. Von Wagner got vicious and got vicious indeed. Von Wagner took his frustrations out on Braun. He even went here, faded to black and stuff. You can tell Von Wagner wants to shut Braun Breaker's mouth up, and in order to do so, that's what he had to do. Well, this match continued in a brawl. Even Baron Corbin was out there. I don't know why Baron Corbin had a vested interest in the match, but as we see Braun Breaker and Von Wagner try to beat the hell out of each other, and that's what they did. Both men went down. Braun won, but I don't think this is far from over between these two monsters. This is just getting started, so we just have to wait and see how that's going to play out. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, presenting the NXT Ring Report. We're looking forward to next week as we see this. Becky Lynch challenging Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship. What a match that's going to be. And we're going to have full coverage of the match. Did the man become a Grand Slam champion by defeating Tiffany Stratton? Or will Tiffany Stratton find a way to defeat the man? Only time will tell. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, presents the NXT Ring Report. I've been your host, KJ Dix, saying we'll see you tomorrow for the fallout from All Out from AEW and what the CM Punk incident. Thank you all.